Hi there, and welcome to the third episode of the Astartes Anonymous podcast, where I've been ambushed by three innocent meow meow types that will do their best to unravel the mysteries of Warhammer 40k that no one thought to ask. Today, we'll be discussing some of our favourite kit bashes. I'm your host, Tom, and these are my co-hosts.
Hello everyone, my name is Lucas, or better known as Moots.
Hello, I am Red, a man of staunch moral code.
Shalom, I am Aaron, the infinite Parmesan cheese block.
Amazing. So, today, we're going to be discussing some kit bashes that we really like. We've all picked out a bunch, and we've all agreed on what we're going to talk about. Some of them are from kit bashes that we actually know and that we really like, and others we've sort of gone a bit further afield to collect. But the first thing we have to talk about is the new Phobos Tyrannic war veteran.
Hell yeah.
I'm a big fan of this guy.
Very Phobos, much Tyrannic.
My first impression of this model was, as I said to you earlier, Tom, tactical. Although, compared to you, I don't see that as a slur. I see this as a compliment, if anything.
Although, compared to your weakness...
Well, no, I really like the ramshackle nature of him. Yeah, he looks super cool. A fucking dual-wielding Space Marine badass with a combi bolter flamer. It's really cool.
No, I'm really hoping we get like a whole model range of this guy, like a Tyrannic War upgrade kit to make like veterans. So you can just build a whole bunch of these sorts of guys, like normal Primaris dudes, Firstborns, Terminators, and just make it a proper Tyrannic War themed army. That would look fucking sick.
I'd wager throughout the sort of runtime of 10th edition, or at least through the runtime of this new Tyrannic War, we're going to get different sort of generic HQs, sort of Tyrannic War veteran-ified, I'd imagine.
For sure.
I'm hoping we can get a bunch in the inevitable 10th edition box of Tyranids coming. It's just like, here's a bunch of new boys, maybe with an upgrade sprue or custom bits to add on Tyrannic bits here and there.
Like, honestly, it would be a real shame if they didn't do just that, and just
people will do it regardless.
Yeah,
they're not using actual Tyranid bits instead. Yeah.
I'm just hoping for combi weapons to be available for Primaris.
Yeah, there's very much like a Sternguard looking character in the trailer that has stuff similar to this, but Primaris. So it should hopefully be quite cool to see those out and about.
I think the only thing I wouldn't say dislike, but I like less about this model is the dripping, like the goo from his knife. I don't know, I guess it's personal opinion, but
It's a bad opinion.
It's I don't think I've ever really seen it look good, in my opinion.
I like it. I see what you mean, but I personally like it. I think the only problem I have with it is, at least for my sort of tier of painting, I find it quite difficult to do like really well done goop.
Very much so, yeah.
But I do like it. I do like it. Although I didn't realise that Tyrannid's blood was purple, pinky purple. I didn't realise that it was the same colour as the sort of the High Fleet armour.
Me neither. Also, for some reason, I imagined it was acidic as well, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, a buddy of mine used to think it would be like clear, since it's acidic, and apparently no, acid is not clear, but I'm not a science man, so
I think it's whatever color they decide to paint it in, honestly.
Yeah.
look at Alien. That was acidic and it was green. So like, fuck it, we ball.
Maybe that's the case with the different High Fleets. You know, if a High Fleet is has like red armor, maybe they have red blood, and if a High Fleet is green armor, maybe if the green blood, because the color of that goop is so overwhelmingly similar. Is that High Fleet Leviathan?
Looks to be, yeah. That's like the poster boy Tyranid. Yeah.
But that goop color is so overwhelmingly similar to the High Fleet Leviathan armor that it's like it's almost freakish. Like they were almost certainly painted with the same paint.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look at the bit of Tyranid he's standing on. That's the Leviathan right there from the trailer. It's just slap bashed to and from. So that's absolutely Leviathan. But now we have canonic blood colour for them, I guess. Cool. Not something I've thought about before.
I suppose isn't the Dawn of War games canon? I mean, we've seen Tyranid blood there.
Yeah, I don't play much of those.
Nah.
So I wouldn't know. It's not my area of expertise.
Are they canon? They should be. They are canon. Yeah, they are canon. I'm pretty sure.
Of course they're canon.
Yeah.
It's canonical that I whoop your ass at it.
Shh.
Why you bullying me?
Because you're an easy target.
Send in the flayed ones.
Send in the flares. Take the ash mantle.
Take the ash mantle.
This is why I don't play you at Dawn of War anymore. You're a sore winner. For anyone who didn't understand that reference in the last episode, we discussed how Red and I, when we played Dawn of War, using Necron shenanigans, he quite literally stole my Salamander's Venerable Dreadnought from me, and then used it against me.
Time to go analog, boys.
It was very painful. I didn't enjoy it. Do you want a rematch? I'm serious. Hold up.
Your dreadnought.
Hold up. I'm serious,
Our
Red.
dreadnought.
Red, do you want a rematch?
I'll fucking kick your ass any day of the week.
Well, those are fighting words. Let's go.
Those are ass whooping words, what they are.
Necrons versus Salamanders. Let's go.
Apart from we won't hold back this time because we were bitching and crying about it. It literally says, hold off, and then sends in a fucking Reaver Titan. Right?
It's that kind of fight. You're not fighting if you're not fighting dirty.
If you found yourself in a fair fight, you did something wrong.
So this new Phobos guy is very cool. I guess we're all hoping that it leads to more of his kind appearing, more Tyrannic war veterans, because what we said a second ago about other Tyrannic war veterans popping up, I realized instantly that my life won't be complete without some sort of Gravis HQ Tyrannic war veteran.
Oh my god, that would be super cool.
Yes. Gravis Apothecary, Tyrannic war vet. Oh my god. That's the one right there.
I won't be happy without it. Yeah, absolutely. It's very cool.
Gravis Bionic Arm.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this guy will come with a second head option as well. I'm not too fond of the scarred up head.
It looks a bit goofy, but yeah, I think it's cool as well.
It could just be a case of heavy metal painting. Like, look at what was that Ultramarines character, the Third Company captain that looked.
Oh, Uriel! When they had to repaint Uriel Ventress.
He looked like a proper bloke, like a come on England sort of guy.
Yeah, my boy got his fucking fade fucked up at the barbershop.
Love me, Ultramarines.
Love me, Ultramarines.
Love me, Emperor.
Ain't Morris.
Ain't Morris. But
Simple as.
one of the things that I don't think anyone's mentioned yet is, with a little luck, this really could be the dawn of new Primaris combi weapons.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, because it's
a gateway.
Is this the first Primaris combi weapon?
No, Asriel.
Asriel had yes, of course, the Lion's Wrath, I think that's called.
Yes.
But more Primaris combi weapons. Yes, please, I think that, you know.
I don't even like Dark Angels, so I don't remember that.
Well, it's hard to forget with we're having the ammo magazine coming out the side of the gun.
Fuck
you know,
Pitbull's your bolter. Yes.
Bullpup.
Bullpup, that's the one.
Pitbull's your bolter.
Pitbull's your bolter. It's called Daisy.
Hungers for toddlers.
Going back to the Tyranid blood thing, I did a quick Google here, and apparently it's mentioned as orange, red, purple, yellow, green, neon green.
So it really can be anything.
How nice of them to incorporate it into canon. That you can, aka, just paint it however the fuck you want.
Makes sense though, in a way. Just at least from a painter's perspective, you know.
Very much so. Yes.
Shall we have a look at some of our favourite kitbashers?
Yes, please.
Indeedly.
So the first one, this is meant to be or at least a proxy for a Night Lord's Terminator, and this was made by Kriticoss Art, Kriticoss_Art. You can find his Instagram on the screen now. What do we think?
I love it.
It's very cool.
Yes, the fucking green stuff work is quite exquisite, I must say.
Not just that, but like how dynamic his pose is with the cape flowing backward, and it looks like he's like almost lunging, like getting ready to lunge at you.
I was going to say, it's very, very, and this is going to be probably the best compliment this guy could get for a Night Lord's character. It's so hilariously reminiscent to the actual Conrad Kurz model to me, where he's like perched with his arms in the same direction,
of course,
coming down.
yeah.
Anybody else see
Yeah,
that?
it is.
Yeah, I see
They're
what
very
you mean.
much.
Yes, I do.
Plus,
ready.
he used Archaon's model. I think he did, at least. He used some Age of Sigmar Chaos bits, of course. And that is Archaon's sword. But he just looks so hench. He's huge.
It is.
Like, yeah, no, that's fantastic. I think the base doesn't do him justice. I think you should have a bigger base, personally. But if it's a Terminator, then it's a Terminator. That's fair. It's game accurate.
I am pretty sure, someone's going to tell me I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the twin bolter on his left arm is actually 2 Heresy-era bolt pistols strapped together. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
We make do with what we have.
That's the really cool.
Very much. But it's honest work.
When in doubt, just slap 2 boulders together and stick them to your arm.
Brother, you can't just slap 2 bolters together and call it a stormbolter. Fuck you, I can do whatever I want.
I'm a Night Lord.
Bolt shell is a bolt shell. It'll detonate flesh all the same.
I think one of the special things about this kit bash that really separates it from a lot of other Space Marine kit bashes is that often you'll find with Space Marine kit bashes that use Age of Sigmar bits, they tend to read more as Age of Sigmar stuff. And he's done this in such a way that it reads as a Space Marine in a way that only a Night Lord can.
He has the Night Lord drip. It's the brutalistic, jagged armor that's reminiscent of like the fear-mongering Night Lords are known for.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Plus he used Sevatar's helm, and that fucking is just amazing. It's the best Night Lord helm.
I was going to ask you, as our resident Night Lord expert, where that helm came from, because I couldn't ID it.
It came from Sevatar.
But can we appreciate this green stuff sculpting on his
I was
right
just about to
pauldron
say.
for a minute? That is astounding.
That is sexy. Oh my god, yeah.
Is this actually... I'm really sorry. Is this sculpting, or is this taken from the blue stuff? Where you get blue stuff and green stuff, and you make a mold out of it. Because some of that stuff is really perfect. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's absolutely astounding.
Whatever it is, he did a astounding job, yeah.
Kriticoss does a lot of sculpting himself. He sculpted a Chaos Warhound's face into an actual hound face, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to go and find that and put that on the screen. That's crazy.
Tom, pull that up, please.
Absolutely.
You can get it up.
Okay, pull it up.
Pull it up. Right. This guy, this wonderful creation. I very briefly spoke to the guy who made this, and we actually all found this. Or one of you guys brought this model to my attention about a week or so ago. And it absolutely blew me away, because at the time we were having a discussion about how there wasn't any decent Chaos Votan kit bashes / conversions floating around. And during that conversation, one of you found this and sent it to me. And now all I want is a whole army like this. It's insane.
It's fucking crazy.
He did a really great job of just smoothing down the armor, making it very brutalistic, and the way he picked out bits from Necromunda kits that made it.
Some very obscure bits, yeah. We were sat here for like half an hour looking for it, weren't we?
Yeah, we just spent like 2 hours.
It took us ages to ID that helmet. That helmet is from one of the Necromunda Goliath kits, and curiously enough, that particular Goliath kit has only one model in it with a helmet, and it's that helmet, which is why it took us so long to find it, because we'd actually glossed over that kit several times and couldn't spot it until eventually we did.
Let's not forget that model is holding the most ridiculous weapon in Necromunda. The man-sized revolver, if you remember that.
Oh, yes. The exact model for it is holding a revolver the size of a small man, yeah.
Or one moots.
But can we appreciate the subtle green stuff he's added to this all over the mid-torso section?
Yes.
To smooth things out and to really build that pose. You know, to take the Carl's sort of wide stance and create more of a centered, kind of more direct, hey, I'm about to fuck you up kind of stance.
It's also seamless, which is what I'm most impressed with.
Yeah.
Like, it all just fits together so very. fucking neatly.
On top of that, the paint job, like this isn't like a slight against him, but the paint job is super simple. It gets the point across. Just dirty gunmetal.
Yeah, it's exactly what it needs to be. Yeah.
Yeah, it fits so well. It's the perfect Iron Warrior color scheme.
It's a cornate Iron Warrior, which I don't know if just for the audience's sake, we have a guy in our Discord called KPU, and KPU has a homebrew warband, which is a cross between the Iron Warriors and the World Eaters.
You might know him as Enter the Butcher on Instagram.
That's it. Thank you, Red. He's Enter the Butcher on Instagram, and he created this amazing warband, and we need to show him this like immediately because he'll love this.
I just like to think that this whatever league this Votan's from saw the Iron Warriors and just like, I could do it better.
They probably do it better. Holy crap. I love him. But forgetting the actual kit bash for a sec, the paint job on this is so smooth. It's so clean. You know, you can tell that every second that Never Hollow was working on this was just pure joy. From the little runes on the sort of the thing at the top, what's that? The crest, from the runes on the dwarven crest all the way down to the hazard stripes on the knee.
I was just about to point out the runes. I was just about to say the runes are really, really well made. They look freehand and it looks super fucking nice.
I'm sure they are freehand. I'm sure they are freehand. But I spoke to him briefly, and it was a very short conversation, mind you, but a very chill guy. He offered up so many images of the model, both pre and post painted, and I was looking at them myself, and I should have said something, but I was looking at them on my own. It was just a joy to go through them on my own, and I'm sure I'll put most of them on the screen now.
Very much so a labour of love.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. Right. This is a Son of Horus by Lunax 7070. And a lot of people will recognize this or will find this model somewhat familiar. And the reason that is because it's inspired by this. An actual Horus Heresy Sons of Horus Praetor, I believe.
It looks like a Reaver.
Yeah, it's just the normal Reaver.
Oh, well, I stand corrected.
Get corrected. I am a huge sucker for true scale Marines, and
this goes beyond true scale, if I'm being honest.
This is the truest scale. This is
by the gods scale.
By the gods. I remember when I found this, I instantly fell in love with Lunax work. It's seeing the entire all the dudes together as well. They all just blend together so seamlessly and nice.
I'll put on the screen now some of the other Lunax stuff because it's a shame to just show one of his models, because his models shine so incredibly when you take several of them together and see his whole project of these upscaled / true scale Space Marines, and it's no one has ever done anything like it, and I don't think anyone ever will again, and if they do, it won't be anything like his. Have you guys seen his true scale Ironclad Dreadnought?
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
boy.
I love it. Oof. So good.
It's super glorious, and next to the other Astral Claws, it just looks fucking magnificent. What I find so interesting about all of this is that he sculpts most of all the parts himself. I've seen some of the process pics, and it's so cool.
It's seriously impressive craftsmanship.
Definitely. Oof.
No, it's very, very cool. I almost don't even know what else to say about it, because I can't actually suggest enough to anyone watching this to go look at his whole... I'll try to put an array of his pictures on here as much as I can without, taking the piss. But I can't recommend going to follow, Lunax 7070 enough on Instagram, because he creates... the force he's created is so unique and so special that it's irreplaceable. No one else has ever done or will ever do anything like it ever again, I don't think.
So just going back to that Ironclad Dreadnought comment. Just have a look at it. I forgot how much that reminds me of that Ironclad Redemptor that guy made a while back, which is also really insane. you know what I'm talking about.
Stibio Primaris, once again,
Yes.
comes up in a video.
But that thing is just chunky, and you see it unpainted, the amount of works in that thing is just absolutely ludicrous. But it's just two very different styles of the same sort of tape, which I find fascinating.
I've never thought about that, but the comparison between the two is really stark. That's actually really cool. That's really cool.
I think what I love the most about Lunax stuff is that it really forgoes the traditional hero scaling for this very realistic style. And I mean, props to him for making it look so fucking good.
I think we get so used to true scale Space Marines, or what we consider true scale, that we often forget that this is probably very close to what they actually would look like. You know, even the Primaris stuff, it's not scaled, it's not true scale as much as it's action figure scale, but miniature.
Yeah. There's, I don't remember exactly where I heard this. I think it might have been from Markiplier. He went on a rant once. He talked about how realistic Space Marines would basically look like basketball players. And I think this is the best representation of this.
That's a monthly drawing post idea right there. That's what I'm putting.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. Moot's Patreon, everybody. Moot's Patreon, everybody.
Subscribe or I'll find you.
Right, I brought this one forward because this is one of the most, for me personally, one of the most inspirational kit bashers I've ever seen. And if you can't ID it instantly...
Can't imagine what that would be.
So let's bring up a picture of my chapter master, which is a shoddy.
Don't plug yourself. It's shameless.
Yeah, of course
You're
I will.
fucking
Of course
shameless.
I will. Of course I will. This is Blight Forge by Blight Forge on Instagram. Again, you can see him on the screen right here. This is his rendition, or one of his two renditions. We won't show the other one, but this is his rendition of a Gravis armored Gabriel Seth. And it is insane.
I really like how huge he looks. Well, I don't know. He did something to make it look like he's just in normal armor, but he's clearly in heavier armor. And he's so big that the bolt cannon on his left hand just looks like a bolt pistol to him.
It was a leg extension at the thighs because this guy's so huge. Just for reference, that tabard in between his sort of cock is a Venerable Dreadnought piece. So that thing's huge. And then, well, my favourite detail about this model that you wouldn't really be able to guess just looking at it without asking the guy, but that chainsword is 4 individual chainswords put together seamlessly, and it's fucking insane.
Yeah, it was really a shame that Blight Forge doesn't share work in progress photos sometimes.
Yeah, it's criminal.
I know, it is a shame. But if you go to look at, again, Blight Forge's Instagram, if you go and have a look, his entire gallery is pure quality. There isn't a single thing on there that isn't built and painted to perfection. It's wonderful. So for the kits in this, there's a few you can ID instantly. I'm pretty confident that Iron Halo is from Marnius Calgar. But the most used kit in this, and if you're looking at the torso, you're looking at the torso and you're like, that's Gravis, but I don't know where that's from. That's actually because the torso is from an Inceptor kit, a Gravis Inceptor kit. And that's why it looks like normal Gravis, but a bit bulkier around the ribs.
I think his backpack's also from Gilliman.
Oh, not quite, but close. The wings on the backpack are actually from a Custodes Vexilla.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
That's awesome. Oh, my God. You'd never guess that, yeah.
But I couldn't tell you where the handle for the chainsword is from. I have no idea.
I want to say Sanguinius.
Yeah, that's a Sanguinary guard handle.
Oh, fuck. I think you might be right. The extended sort of hand and the wrist guard kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's usually attached to a power sword.
Ah, of course. But this is and still remains one of the most sort of inspirational, to me personally, one of the most inspirational kit bashes I've ever seen. I absolutely love this. Every time Blight Forge makes something new, Aaron and I are always talking about it. Every time he makes something new. His catalogue of Nurgle models.
His Nurgle Dreadnoughts. Oh my god.
They're incredible. They're
He was a
absolutely
really
insane.
cool Lich King inspired Chaos Lord.
we've been talking a lot about like the bits and stuff used, but let's not forget the painting on this as well.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the sword is all freehand.
And Blight Forge paints all of his own shit.
There is no way the sword is all freehand.
I don't know, man. This is Blight Forge we're talking about.
There's no way those aren't
I
transfers.
don't know, man.
But I wanted to point out, there's only one, well, technically two, but there's only one third-party bit I can recognize in this model, and that's because I had to go find them myself. And that is both of the shoulder panels. They're from mastercrafted.co.uk, and not sponsored, and they are
Not yet.
art scale. They're part of their. we can live in hope. They're part of their art scale shoulder range. And the great thing about their art scale shoulder range is they can go on Gravis models and give it that extra chunk. You know, they're massive, but they're not so massive.
Yes, very nice, KITBASH.
Right, so this next one we're showing is from one of our own, in one of our, not one of these guys, not me, but one of the guys in our Discord, a guy called the Iron Warsmith. And he is one of the most exceptional kit bashers that we actually have on hand. We've got a lot of really great kit bashers on hand, but he's one of the most exceptional kit bashers that we have in our Discord. He has created so many insane Iron Warriors troops and demon engines. It's absurd, but I think this might just be his magnum opus. He calls this crazy thing here, he calls this the Tyranno Fiend.
Tyranno Fiend. The most 40k shit in the world.
I love the pole arm. I love the ridiculous pole arm, man. That thing's just silly, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, love it or hate it, that thing is absolutely redonkulous, and it's, I don't know, I think it's beautiful.
It's so unwieldy.
Absolutely.
He can poke someone from across the battlefield, and it's. I mean, I can't even begin to try and dissect where all the different bits are coming from on this.
Armiger Knights is part of it.
I can, and I will try. I think between Red and I, we can do this. So, the head is definitely from Helldrake. However, I'm going to bring a close up on the head on the screen now. He's actually used texture paint on the head to make it look even more brutal. The head and neck are Helldrake. I believe the main chest torso section
Mauler Fiend
is a Mauler or Forge Fiend, absolutely. The legs, I'm pretty sure the legs are an Imperial Knight, a Chaos Knight.
Yeah, that has to be Chaos Knight. I thought it was an Armiger at first, but the joint, there's more joints on
It's
there.
too massive.
Plus the ankle section is thicker than the Armiger Knights.
The actual dude riding it, as we can all ID, is from the Lord Discordant with his pole.
His top part is, but his bottom part's just normal Chaos Marine legs.
Is it?
Yeah, the Lord Discordant's in a saddle pose, so you'd have to use only the top part.
Right.
Of course. Okay, well, that's fair. His arms, I want to say the main chunk of his upper arm, the joint of his arm and the actual main arm segment is from an Imperial Knight as well.
Armiger. No, it's too thin for an actual Imperial Knight. That has to be an Armiger arm.
I think he's right. It is an Armiger arm.
It's a Chaos Armiger arm. That's what it is.
Oh, is that one of the new ones?
Yeah,
I said new. One of the
War
latest
Dogs,
one.
yeah.
One of the latest War Dogs. Yeah, absolutely.
So could you imagine the changes this thing would have if like Vashtor was out when he made this?
Yeah.
That's a funny thought.
I mean, it's quite funny because when we all heard about Vashtor and we were all told, hey, it's this sort of Forge Master Demon Prince on steroids. Obviously we all had the image of him given to us, but I think this is what we were hoping for, or at least something like this, something as magnanimous as this, you know?
Yeah,
as
this
crazy
out
as
Vashtor's Vashtor.
it does.
Some sort of Forge Fiend abomination like this would be a great Lord of War choice, I think.
I can't ID the guns. I don't know if they're third party or Adeptus Titanicus. I just couldn't tell you.
Those look very third party, yeah.
I'll have to ask him because I just don't know.
Some type of conglomeration of... So he has an Armiger arm attached to the upper section of a normal Titan arm. And can you spin the video around? Let me get a good side view of that gun. I see a belt feed that looks familiar to me.
Oh, is that from the Leviathan Storm Cannon?
It is. It is.
The Leviathan Storm Cannon belt feed, I believe.
I feel like part of that gun is resin, so it might be a Forge World thing. Past that, it's so kit bash that it's hard to fucking to decipher, which is probably the goal of any good kit basher, is to make your models so like well fused together that it's pretty hard to find out where the actual bits came from.
I mean, where the hell's the tail from?
The tail, I think that might be a tendril from a Chaos Knight.
Oh, well, maybe. I mean, it could be wrong, but are we talking about the
Abominant.
the Night Abominant?
Yeah, I think that very much so
Actually,
is.
it's either that or actually.
Oh wait,
does the
no, that might
Lord
be...
Discordant thing actually have a tail?
The Mauler Fiend doesn't have any tail.
No, I think that's one of the big mechadendrites of the Mortar Fiend, because he has the ones for extra attacks that go around him.
Oh fuck! I think you're right. I think you might be right. Well, if we're wrong, someone in the comment section, please tell us.
No. It's not a Mauler Fiend. The Mauler Fiend doesn't have that type of tip at the end of it, and it doesn't curve quite like that. All Mauler Fiend tendrils just curve outward in a crescent. This one's kind of like loopy, like it's a different thing.
This guy's a PhD in Mortar Fiends.
I have like 6.
Whatever it is, it's a huge conglomeration of bits, and I think the point of it as well is to really test the bits buffs into seeing, what he's created. But the Iron Warsmith, whose Instagram will be right here, absolutely blew it out of the park with this monstrosity.
It's really just a great composition. It's making all the bits fit together and work so well together.
And let's not undersell the fact that he's actually painted it really well as classic Iron Warrior scheme.
Beautiful.
Very hench.
Actually, he's set up the base of the model. I mean, obviously, he'd have probably done this first. But he set up the base of the model with both feet at different elevations as well. And I can't imagine how much effort that would have been to work around with those night legs.
An ungodly amount of blue tack was used then.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk about Imanuel of the Lions. Now,
Everyone's favourite Italian.
again, on screen, Imanuel of the Lions, everyone's favourite Italian. Imanuel is actually a friend of ours, and we couldn't keep him out of this.
His wife is made of green stuff. If he says otherwise, he's lying. Don't listen to him.
As much as I tried, because he's a filthy Dark Angel sympathizer.
But Imanuel is one of the greatest green stuff sculptors that we actually know personally, if not the best. He is simply exceptional, and all of his models, I mean, we had to pick one, so we actually asked him which, and he gave us 2, and this is the one I pulled out. But every single one of his models is sculpted to absolute perfection, and I think this is one of his favorites. And I can see why instantly.
We call him Imanuel of the Lions, but his name should be Imanuel of the Green Stuff.
Despite being a bit of a bastard, he is glorious in his work.
We're sorry, Emmanuel. We're sorry.
Are we though?
I'm not Ed Dominus Nox, a Primarch comatose.
My favourite bit of detailing in this model has got to be the midsection. The chest and the stomach bits with the sort of green stuff vines embossed with the doorknob.
The chainmail is
Yeah.
fucking beautiful.
It changes a specialty.
The boar head is
very much something to take
the
pride
boar
in.
head's just a chunk of green stuff, but it's so great.
It probably the head of that boar probably weighs more than the rest of the model combined.
I actually adore the boar part because everyone puts like a wolf or a fucking lion on their model, but this guy went the complete opposite route and fucking did that, thinking outside the box.
Fat space warthog. Let's go.
Space warthogs win.
Part of my new OC Dark Angel successor, the Space Hogs.
But this is a combination. This model is a combination, I believe, of Abaddon the Despoiler, and I'm going to ask Red where those shoulders come from because I don't know.
Tortuga Bay Saturnine shoulders. Tortuga Bay is probably one of the best third-party bits model sellers out there. Go check them out. Support them.
Go support them.
What about the hand?
If I get a side view of the hand, I'll be able to tell.
Best I can do. It looks like Gilliman's hand, but Gilliman's hand's on the other side. I swear that's Gilliman's hand. But it's the wrong side.
No, it's not. It's not Gilman's hand. It looks like a Gravis hand.
Yeah, is it an aggressor hand?
It's an aggressor hand.
Oh, yeah, because it's got the thing down the side. You can just see it there, next to the hip.
Because the plate kind of goes over the knuckles like the aggressor hands do.
Yeah, a bloody good eye. That's insane. That's insane. But no, Imanuel is our local green stuff legend. We've spoken to a few green stuff legends.
They've actually got models done by him, unlike the rest of you.
I've got something in the works myself.
You've been saying that for about a year now.
I'm going to quickly plug on the screen now. Red's Iron Warriors. What are they? Devastators? Is that what they're called? No.
Havocs.
Havocs. I'm going to quickly plug Red's Iron Warriors Havocs that were done by Imanuel now, which are also insane.
I'll also show the Master of Executions he did.
Oh yeah, the man with a sword arm having a great time.
Right, we're going to move on to now. If you're into 40k and you have a somewhat of a presence on Instagram or you spend some time there, you will have heard of a kit basher called Nurbster, and he has tons of super intricate stuff. Namely, 3 kind of like Belisarius Call style massive engine seer type things.
Admech Abominations.
Admech Abominations, that's a much better way of putting it. But we actually picked out one of his simpler ones because whilst we love his super complicated ones, we'd be here for years trying to dissect them. Honestly, absolute years. So, on the screen, Nurbster at Instagram, go have a look. It's insane. This is, I believe, a Death Guard Praetor.
It was a Nullifactor. It was a Death Guard
Well, he's
Nullifactor.
definitely using the Death Guard Praetor
Nullifactor.
body. He's using the new Imperial Fist Praetor belly plate and crotch cloth. He's using the Sons of Horus Axe Praetors halo. That's the Warsmith's hammer.
It is the new Chaos Warsmith's hammer. Yeah, indeed. And this is the thing about Nurbster. When Nurbster isn't... I believe that's from the Death Guard Praetor as
I
well.
didn't realise it was that cool looking. I thought it looked like a custom print thing. Ooh, okay, that's sick.
But this is the crazy thing about Nurbster. When he's not creating absolutely insane, intricate monstrosities, he's putting together these wonderful kit bashes that are usually a cross of resin and plastic that have this simplicity, this overwhelmingly strong simplicity to them. And they just work. You know, they're just perfect.
He finds a really good way of making bits seamlessly fit together.
Absolutely.
Like, if this thing was primed itself, it would look like that's how the model was meant to go together.
We could literally do a whole video on just one of Nurbster's pinned models because they have so much going on. I'll just put a quick flash of one on the screen now. They're so insane. They have so much time, effort, and work put into them.
Another thing about Nurbster is that he thinks outside the box a lot of the times with kit bashes. Like, concurrently, he's doing one about Vashtor.
Absolutely.
But he's doing it in a way that he left Vashtor's chest open and he inserted, like, a little tech piece wired in. So he's, like, using the inside of the model that would normally just be a hollow shell and, like, is working from the inside out, which I don't really see a lot of people, like, work models in, like, inverted like that.
One thing he's doing... I can't wait to finish is his Noble Demon prints using Horus's body.
Yes.
Absolutely fucking insane.
Horus Ascended.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is insane. He's giving it this super dynamic pose as well and everything. It's crazy.
His green stuff cabling is also just magnificent. Like, if you look at the first pinned thing on his account, Glider 360 one. Oof.
This is the thing about Nurbster, though. More than anyone on this list that we've put together today, you could spend days dissecting how Nurbster has put together his kit bashes. They are all beyond exceptional.
By the way, on the same topic of that glider you saw, Moots, if you noticed, he took an armor body and he laid it flat and to form a little platform.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, I saw the work in progress.
Oh my god.
It's insane, right?
Guy doesn't see models as models. He sees them as fucking jigsaw pieces.
Yeah.
Nurbster is... You're right, you're absolutely correct. Nurbster's the kind of guy who will have a jigsaw and he'll see two pieces that won't fit together and he'll grab his hammer and he will make them fit together and you'll enjoy it. You know, you'll look at it and you'll say, this is how it's meant to be.
Looks at two pieces, takes huge half a cigarette. Right. And fucking gets to work, yeah.
Nurbster is actually just an orc.
It just smash cuts to one of those type of shit I've been on ones where it's the dwarfs just fucking going at it. And it comes out with one of his masterpieces at the end. And it's like, damn.
If Nurbster believes it works, it works.
Alright, I got me. I want to make a cool flying unit for the Mechanicum. But all I got is an armor knight. And this hammer.
Right, I brought this one to everyone's attention because it's one of my all-time favorite Demon Prince kit bashes. It actually partially inspired one of my Demon Prince kit bashes that I made for Aaron. And this is this was made by a fella on Instagram called Gizmo Paints, who is responsible for some absolutely outstanding kit bashes, and this is his Iron Warriors Demon Prince.
No, this guy regularly enters into Golden Demon, and he gets some pretty high up there entries. It's scary.
Really?
Stuff. Look at yeah. It's really,
I didn't know
really
that.
Cool. He posted a it's not a defiler. What's the heresy Hellbrute thing? The Decimators, is it?
The big jagged one?
They're Forge World. I don't think they're Heresy.
Yeah, the big jagged ones. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a decimator.
Yeah, he painted one of those with a bunch of blue haunting faces on it, and that got really high up Golden entry.
Oh.
He did his own custom Gravis Forge.
This one.
Drawing a black. Yeah, that's the one. That one's fucking sick. And that was a very good Golden Demon entry. That got very high up there. He did
Wow.
the Warsmith as well with a plasma pistol. Absolutely ludicrous fucking thing. That's the one. And yeah, he can paint. He paints at such a high level. I love it. Like, it's seeing his progress just makes me happy.
I love that.
I'm not even that huge on Iron Warriors, but it's just
I love that
fantastic,
so
yeah,
much.
isn't it?
I love that so much when a established super high quality kit basher can paint
High Golden Demon
just
yeah.
as well. And Gizmo Paints is the absolute embodiment of that. He is absolutely insane.
Makes the rest of us look like a bunch of fucking clowns.
His Perturabo he's painting at the moment is astonishing. That's
Oh yeah, the Perturabo that's inspired by the Demon Prince art that someone did of him a while back.
I know which one you're talking about. I'll go find that and I'll put that on the screen now with the artist's name quoted.
Probably my favorite Perturabo art, 40k.
just looking at that, I couldn't even begin to think where you start with that. That's such a level beyond our own. It's really incredible to think about. But I'm a big fan of this guy, if you couldn't tell.
Absolute wizard. Honestly,
That's
the guy's
pretty
absolutely
wizard.
crazy. Anyways, no, but this Demon Prince.
Back to the model at hand.
Yes, back to the actual model we're meant to be reviewing.
Speaking of wizardry, just the way he, the cables in the head, just look so fucking seamless.
I haven't seen about paint before. Oh my god!
Before I saw the green stuff, I seriously thought that the head was some piece that I had never seen before, for some unknown model.
He is one of 3 people that have actually used Abaddon's head in an Abaddon conversion. No one uses that.
And improved upon it.
Yeah, and improved upon, of course.
What was the head you used for my boy, Tom? Was that Abaddon just with a bunch of fly stuff thrown on top of it?
Yeah, that's the other one.
Not meant to plug my own stuff, but I'll quickly put a thing of Aaron's thing right up now. And that is literally a kit bash and sculpt I did for Aaron a year or 2 ago.
Like 2 years, man.
That was a long time. That was yeah, it was a long time. It wasn't a long time.
Took a long time to get to me as well, but we won't talk about that.
Took a long time for you to paint him.
No. We don't need to talk about that. It took even longer for you to paint the damn thing. Absolutely. Thank you, Red. Absolutely.
Odds and evens. Evens out. All right. Leave me alone.
But I don't even come close to the kind of work
I can see
that
that.
Gizmo Paints can produce. Thanks, Aaron. The tendrils on the front and one of the tendrils on the back, you see those 2 resin tendrils on the front? They're from the discontinued Warsmith model.
I was wondering what it was from. I thought it'd be like a Zinch bit or something.
Nope. They're from the discontinued Warsmith model. He's got 2 Warp Talon backpacks sewn together as a set of Demon Prince wings.
Glorious.
Why stop at 2?
Red, where is that front leg from? Because I do not know.
Front leg. Let me look.
It's one of the
Isn't that an
automata.
ambot?
My gut's telling me...
It's not an ambot.
No, it's not an ambot. No,
No, it's not, no.
No, it's one of the big automata. It's one of the big automata.
Oh, one of the heresy ones.
I think that's just. I think that might be from one of the Iron Circle bots.
The Iron Circle. That's it. That's what I was thinking. The Iron Warrior ones. Yes.
Checks out. We should have guessed that one.
But you didn't. So Red had to be here.
Considering the guy we're talking about.
But the crazy thing about this that I want to draw attention to, his green stuff work is actually minimal. He has used as much traditional kit bashing as humanly possible and has only relied on green stuff for the occasional pipe. And to me, I find that so fucking impressive as someone who tries to do their best at kit bashing. But you can sort of see here that he's relied so much on the paint job to bring this model to life. And it works. It just fucking works.
It just
it's so
works.
good. It just works. Anyways, yeah. So, thank you everyone for joining into the 3rd episode of the Astartes podcast. We know that our last episode was very, very long. We don't apologize. We had so much fun making it. We hope you enjoyed it as well. Please go check it out.
Wait, we were supposed to have fun?
But please go check it out. Starting this week, we're really going to hit it hard with our shorts. Check them out. They'll be on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube itself. We really appreciate all the support we've got so far. Please, keep it coming. Abuse the comment sections.
Abuse?
He's
It's
read more.
Fuck!
He's read more. He
abuse
hates
us.
it.
You can find our Discord and other social medias that you can speak to us on in the description below. And yeah, thank you for...
Put silly things on the screen behind us. That's all I ask.
and thank you
Make it as
very
heinous as
much
possible.
for tuning into this week's episode.
If you seek conversation with me, I refuse to be friendly.
He owns the Twitter. Get on the Twitter.
No, everybody, Red is not in charge of the Twitter. Thank you very much. We look forward to speaking to you next time.
Stop me, Tom!
And see ya. Goodbye. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, hey there. Got kinda crazy at the end. Had to kill the others. Just relaxing here with a bit of Nostromo vintage. If you like the podcast and want to see more, subscribe to our YouTube channel and maybe hit the like button. Oh, and don't forget to look up our other social media accounts on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And remember, don't commit any crimes or I'll come for you late at night. They have Dominus Nox.